Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, if you could state your name and spell your last name, please.
Yep, my name is Marcos Garaycochea. My last name is spelled G-A-R-A-Y-C-O-C-H-E-A.
Where do you work?
At the Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office.
What's your role there?
I'm in the Special Investigations Unit.
What does that mean?
We have a forensics lab in the Special Investigations Unit where we download phones, we image hard drives, create demonstrative exhibits for court, and do cell mapping.
Are you trained to perform cell phone downloads?
Yes.
What certifications or what programs are you trained to use?
As far as the programs go, Garaycochea and Cellebrite and Axiom.
Did you receive a request from the Summit County Sheriff's Office to download some cell phones?
Yes.
I want to talk about those phones. I want to talk about 3 of those phones.
Okay.
So first I want to talk about a white iPhone 12 with phone number ending 1987. Are you familiar with the phone I'm talking about?
Yes.
Is this one of the phones that you were asked to perform a download on?
Yes.
And were you able to complete a download of this phone?
Yes.
Describe how you did that.
So I use what's called the Garaycochea machine to extract the data. Now all that data, it just comes in a zip file. Once that data is produced, you have to use a tool, forensic tool, in order to process the data. And I use the Cellebrite machine to do that.
And when you got that raw data from the phone, was there any way to manipulate that data that you extracted from the phone?
No.
You didn't change anything?
No.
And when you placed the raw data from that phone into the readable format, same question. Was that data changed or manipulated in any way?
No.
How do you know that?
Cellebrite is a forensic tool that just specializes in just processing the raw data. You're unable to delete or modify any kind of processed data that it produces.
Once you put that raw data into a readable format, was that data given back to the Summit County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Talking about the second phone, did you do a cell phone download for a green iPhone 11 with phone number ending 9317?
Yes, I did.
Okay, same questions. Were you able to perform a download on that phone?
Yes, I was.
And what was the process you used for that?
Again, I used the Garaycochea machine to extract the data, and then that extraction was processed through Cellebrite.
And same questions. Was that data manipulated or changed in any way when it was extracted from the phone?
No.
And how about once it was put into Cellebrite?
No.
Was that information from that second phone then given back to the Summit County Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
Okay. Now talking about the third phone I want to turn your attention to, that's an iPhone 7 ending 0904.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that phone?
Yes.
Were you able to complete a download of that phone?
I was.
Describe how you did that.
So I believe the iPhone 7 Plus was in need of some repair. So I fixed it, replaced the screen to a point where I was able to extract the data and get a partial download through Garaycochea again, and then processed it through Cellebrite.
Now when you say a partial download, was that on the iPhone 7 or the iPhone XR?
I believe it was on the iPhone 7. Might be getting it mixed up. I believe the iPhone, the first one that I received, the one that I repaired, I believe we got a full extraction on.
Okay. That's the phone I wanted to talk about.
Okay, yeah, that was the one, yeah.
So when you say you repaired it, what was wrong with it?
So when I first received it, I noticed that the screen was cracked and the glass was flaking off. I charged it for a few hours, and it was evident that it was not going to turn on, so it was non-operational. At that point, I started the repair process.
How did you repair it?
So the first, you want me to go step by step?
Sure.
Okay. So the first thing I did is, just for my safety, I used what's called heat tape, heat-resistant tape, to cover the screen so that I wouldn't get any shards of glass on me. And then I started the separation process from the screen and the main board. Once that was done, I noticed that there was quite a lot of debris inside the phone, which typically is a pretty sterile environment. I could tell there was some water damage, which suggests to me not only the screen was cracked, but there might have been the water seal around it was most likely compromised. So it was not only physically damaged, but most likely some water had seeped in.
And were you eventually able to get a download from that phone?
I was, yes.
And that was after you repaired it?
Yes.
Anything about repairing the phone that changes the data on it?
No.
So same questions for that phone. You were able to download it, and what program did you use?
Garaycochea, and then again I used Cellebrite.
And same questions from the download with the raw data in Garaycochea to the readable format in Cellebrite. Any of that data manipulated?
No.
Any of that data changed?
No.
And then you gave that information back to the Summit County Sheriff's Office?
I did.
Okay. Those are all my questions. Thanks.
Okay.
Marcos. Sorry.
Marcos is fine. My last name is
We were on the phone. So
Yeah, no worries.
Sorry. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Really just two things. And we've heard testimony before, the jury has heard testimony before about the phone being extracted by Garaycochea and then it coming in a non-readable format. Is that accurate?
Non-readable, yes, it comes in a zip file.
Correct.
Yes, and it needs to be processed in order to be readable.
And that's when Cellebrite comes in.
Yes.
And then you do kind of like a double bind where you compare hash values, correct?
Typically, yes, that's something that you can do.
And is that the same thing you did here to make sure that nothing was, as the state indicated, manipulated?
Yeah, so Garaycochea does give you a hash value, and then Cellebrite would also give you a hash value, and those were compared.
And you're certified in Cellebrite, of course.
Yes.
And are there different levels of certification within Cellebrite?
Yeah, I mean, you can continue going to classes and getting certified, but I think the most important thing is to keep your programs updated.
Okay.
That's probably the most important thing, because as a technician, as a phone down person that does phone downloads, I do numerous amounts of downloads, which keeps me fresh and updated with that process.
Well, because the technology landscape is constantly changing.
Yeah, the technology changes, but more so with the device you're seeing.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I can change. Yeah.
Correct. Let me ask you about how you received the phone.
Okay.
Phones. Can you tell me, and just go in whatever order you prefer,
Okay.
and tell me the state that the phones came in terms of their packaging when they arrived at your office?
Okay. So on, I believe it was May 30th, I received two phones, both in need of repair. The first one was an iPhone 7 Plus. That one came in its original evidence package. I took photographs of those of the package, front and back. Then I opened it up and took photos of the phone itself, front and back. The second package was an iPhone XR. That came in its original evidence package as well. I took photos of the front of the package and the back of the package, and I cut it open and took photos of the front and the back of the phone itself. And then I believe on June 28th, I received two other phones from Detective Root, and it's the same thing. Both came in their original evidence package. Front and back photographs were taken of both, and both were taken out of the bag, and front and back of the phone were photographed.
Now, I heard Detective Root for the last two. Was Detective Root for all four?
Ooh, I'm not quite clear on that one.
No problem.
I believe he was.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Did they come in, or can you explain to the jury what a Faraday bag is?
They did not come in Faraday bag.
And could you just explain what that is?
Yes, what a Faraday bag is, it's a bag that will keep the phone from receiving any kind of exterior communication. So it's the same thing as putting an airplane, or it's the same thing as putting your phone in airplane mode. Like when you take a trip, they ask you to put your phone in airplane mode so it doesn't interfere with communication with, say, the airplane.
Now, there were two unoperable phones, correct?
That's correct.
And so that one really wouldn't matter, correct, in terms of whether they were in a Faraday bag or not?
Yeah, that probably wouldn't matter.
And what about the other two? Were those operable?
They were both operable, but they came to me in a off.
In off mode?
Yeah, off
Okay.
mode, yes, correct.
And also those were similar, just to make sure, I think you said this, evidence bag sealed, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then when you release them back, could you just tell me who you released them to and then how you package them, if any different than how they got to you.
Yeah, I believe both phones were released to detective root. I'd have to look at the chain of custody paper. But what I did was, once I was done extracting the phones for all 4 phones, I put them back into their evidence bag, sealed it and initialed it, and then I took photographs and gave it back to Summit County.
Perfect. 2 last questions. The first one is with regards to analyzing. I know you didn't analyze in this case. You are certified to analyze?
Well, I mean, I've analyzed phones. I don't know what you mean. You have to clarify what you mean by...
Just as an analyzer, instead of in this case, you just extracted the information, correct?
That's correct.
You didn't analyze it.
I did not analyze any of the data.
Perfect. And then the second question I had is, in your experience, I can't remember how many extractions you said, or you might not. I'm imagining thousands?
Yeah, probably, I don't know, close to, mid hundreds.
Okay.
Yeah.
And once you extract a phone, is there any reason to extract it again?
There might be. It depends.
Yeah. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so if you can extract the phone using Cellebrite, you can also extract it just with Cellebrite, and then you can also extract it with Garaycochea. Sometimes using 2 different forensic tools may yield different data, so it could yield more data than this one. So it's always wise to have different forensic tools in a lab.
And what about within the same forensic tool? So say you did a Garaycochea extraction on one phone. Is there a reason to do another Garaycochea extraction of that same phone?
Typically, no. I mean, it just depends how much time has gone by, because the Garaycochea does update its program, and maybe at a later time, maybe it can yield more information as the technology gets better with the program.
And same with Cellebrite.
Possibly. Yeah.
Perfect. That's all I have. Thank you so much. Good seeing you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
No other questions for this witness?
May we release this witness?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos,
Oh, sorry. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
you are free to proceed. Thank you.
Your Honor, may we approach and discuss scheduling?
Yes, please.